Gran partido, gran final, torneo de Amelia Island 1993 y Gabriela que buscaba su cuarto título en este certamen, el tercero consecutivo, pero en esta ocasión no podría en la final con una Arantxa Sanchez Vicario que en este 1993 comenzaba el mejor momento de su carrera. Gaby había obtenido previamente el título en Amelia Island en 1989, derrotando en un partido extraordinario a Steffi Graf en la final. Repitió el título en 1991, derrotando previamente a Arantxa Sánchez en semifinales precisamente.
Muy bueno el globo ganador, perfecto lo de Gabriela. Creo que fue y ese abrazo creo que hoy se justifica más que nunca y una definición perfecta, Mazuka, de calidad.
Para después volver a derrotar a Graf en la final.
Gabriela campeona de Amelia Island a una semana de haber obtenido el título de...
Y en 1992 ganó su tercer título aquí y nuevamente ante la alemana. En 1993 jugó un gran torneo y una gran final. Hacía poco más de un mes había comenzado a trabajar con el estadounidense Dennis Ralston como su nuevo coach y Carlos Kirmair, quien desde hacía 2 meses atrás en febrero había dejado de ser el entrenador de Gabriela, ahora era el nuevo entrenador de Arantxa y tal como logró llevar a Gaby al mejor nivel y los mejores resultados de su carrera, ahora lo conseguiría con la española, quien tuvo en este 1993 una de las mejores y más regulares temporadas de su carrera tenística.
How much he imparted and how much that will pay off is yet to be determined for the 21-year-old from Barcelona.
And not very tall, but she packs an awful lot of energy and a real fighting spirit in that frame of hers. Of course, a real sports hero in her native Spain. She and Conchita Martinez. In fact, if Arantxa lucky enough to win this final today, Spain will have won 2 of the last 3 tournaments. Conchita Martinez winning Houston a couple of weeks ago.
Bye, please. Their opponent, the 22-year-old from Buenos Aires. And Sabatini will serve to begin the match.
The interesting thing is about 8 years ago here at Amelia Island, that man in the white cap, Dennis Ralston, was watching Sabatini and cheering against her. At the time, he was coaching Chris Evert. And Chrissy played a very tough quarterfinal against Sabatini. He was only about 14 years old.
That was their real launching pad for her, wasn't it, about that period?
Play from Sanchez Vicario. It was the first time that I had ever seen Sabatini hit the famous shot between her legs, the Sabatini. She copied off her idol, Guillermo Vilas, and she played a very, very tough match against Chrissy. And in fact, Chrissy only had it under control, she felt, the last changeover of the match, and I was sitting close to the court. She looked over at me at the last changeover and said, "What does she think this is, the Wimbledon final?" She was all aggravated. This little kid was playing her so close.
Love 30.
You'll hear a lot of fan support for Sabatini today, not only because she has supported this tournament for so long and has won it 3 times, but because she's had a very long association with Bausch & Lomb. She's in an awful lot of their print ads and such.
15-30. The drop shot produces a double break point very early for Arantxa Sanchez Vicario.
That's nothing new. I mean, for an awful long time. Arantxa has a very fine return game, and of course, the most attackable part of Sabatini's game has always been her serve. It's the most defensive ball you'll get from her all day long.
And like her opponent today, Arantxa Sanchez has not lost a set en route to the final. Easily handling Flora Perfetti from Italy in the first round, and the promising young American Lindsay Davenport, and Sean Stafford, the effervescent ex-Florida Gator who had beaten Lori McNeil, the 7th seed earlier in the tournament, and then a fairly easy semifinal with Manuela Maleva-Franier.
Sanchez Vicario cannot capitalize on a couple of break points. Deuce.
Sabatini really wasn't pushed around at all until yesterday when Amanda Kutzer kept her out there a while. As you can see, she only dropped a couple of games, really, until the semifinal. Pretty nice comeback from down 15-40.
Yeah, certainly doesn't want to get broken this early in the match. It sets a bad trend for her psychologically. And Sanchez is a tactic we're going to see a lot of. She's going to want to come in, but she's going to have to do a little bit more with the approach, especially to the Sabatini backhand. That's such a tough shot of her. She can go both ways. Likes the one up the line a little bit better.
So Sabatini denies Sanchez Vicario a couple of break opportunities and holds to start the match. There weren't any real upsets going into the quarterfinals. Out of the top 8 seeds, only Lori McNeil, the number 7 seed, was knocked out by Sean Stafford. Biggest upset, though, came in the quarters. Capriati losing to Amanda Kutzer. As you can see, Kutzer losing to Sabatini, Maleva-Franier to Sanchez Vicario. Outstanding touch from Sanchez Vicario, 15 love.
Well, set up by an excellent first serve. Wasn't hit with a lot of pace, but the placement was, was perfect right on the line. And then she disguises well. Looked like she was going to smack a backhand and drops a short one. It's a tactic she likes to use a lot, especially off the forehand side. Sanchez Vicario has a couple of ways to take charge and to really control the points in this match. She has such a wide variety, which we've already seen her exploit early on. She's got a couple drop shots and drop volleys she can use, but she really want to be aggressive and work her way into the net position. But she takes her time about doing it. She's a good counter puncher and really likes to come in on her own terms. She likes to work the ball around a little bit and then come forward and attack.
30 love. 30-15. Well, Sanchez Vicario is looking at the line. Not going all the way to the net, though. 30-15. Just wide, 30 all. And Sabatini is starting to play the role of the aggressor.
Yeah, this is what she'll really want to do. She wants to maintain pretty good court position. She can't allow herself to get forced behind the baseline, because then she can't get herself in this position, because she's very good up there. Just excellent hands, and technically correct on the volley.
Even in this rally, look how far back Sabatini is. In the last year, she's given up more and more court. If you're that far back behind the baseline, how are you going to get to net quickly enough and break open a rally? She should have been in on that.
Had the opportunity after the forehand.
And that.
I spoke to Arantxa yesterday after a match, and she made such a good point. And it seems to be so true with Sabatini, and that is that it takes her often several games, even a set, to almost convince herself she has to play that way. And Arantxa said it would be really important to get off to a good start. The first 3 games would be real key. She already had some break points on Gabby's serve in the first game and didn't convert.
Now the first break opportunity for Sabatini in the match. So the first break of the match belongs to Gabriela Sabatini, and so often over the last couple of days we have talked about the vulnerability of Gabby's serve, but she is the one who comes up with the break of Arantxa. Sabatini serving now, up to love.
Dennis Ralston, coach of Sabatini. I mean, he'll certainly make her a more aggressive player. I mean, he got to the finals of Wimbledon. He certainly knows how to play an attacking game back in '66.
Yes.
A nice volley by Arantxa Sanchez Vicario and an answer by Sabatini.
And so often in some rallies, Sabatini just really doesn't look like she's going to get there quick enough to come up with this kind of a winner. The ball's almost on the ground, and she's able to keep the racket out in front and almost muscle it across the court. But good wheels and just such excellent hand control. That's just one of her big assets, which is one of the major reasons she really needs to continue to force herself to attack and get it up to the net.
All.
And Sabatini, as we've mentioned, she really needs to keep the unforced errors down so that she can allow herself to get inside the baseline. The court position is so key for her, not to give up too much court, because it's just too much. It's just too hard to get into a good net position. And she lost her serve 4 times yesterday, and she just won't be able to get away with that here today.
Sanchez Vicario threatening the serve of Sabatini, stepping in. She was challenging her first service game, and again, she's in a little bit of trouble anyway. You can see it's not that she missed an awful lot of first serves. That's a high percentage, but there was nothing on the ball. And as you can see, Kutzer didn't have a hard time breaking. Ralston has tried very hard. He really feels that the balance of Sabatini's serve is off. She's just not getting good transition of weight, extension, all that. Her smash is so much better than her serve.
I hope we'll get a chance to key in on maybe the difference between the smash and the serve, because when Gabby hits a smash, and she, as you say, Mary, she has such an excellent one. She gets a lot of pace on it, usually puts it away. She keeps her left arm out of the way. When she serves, she wraps that left arm up under her right arm and just really can't control the upper part of her body. Sort of oppose each other.
Break opportunity now for Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, and you would think there'd be more power behind the serve of someone who's that large at 5'8". But consistently last week, the serve of Gabriela Sabatini clocked between 65 and only 75 miles an hour.
And Sanchez Vicario, who's a lot shorter, can serve over 100 miles an hour.
The break for Sanchez Vicario, her first of the match, and we are back on serve in the first set of the final of the Bausch & Lomb Championships. Welcome back to the sleepy little hamlet of Amelia Island Plantation, an ideal setting as we are in the final match. Gabriela Sabatini and Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. Fifth meeting in the final, as Sabatini has taken 3 of the previous 4. But Arantxa Sanchez Vicario has a 3-match winning streak coming in.
The longer a rally goes, the more I like Sanchez Vicario's chances. I really feel it's important for Sabatini to try to get things like get this done quickly. Again, you see the smash. She doesn't have a fist fight at the top of her smash. You know, her arm, she gets that left arm away from her and gets to open up her shoulders and just have an easy time of the overhead.
See that you know, Arantxa, she's the only top 5 player that Sabatini has an excellent record against.
In fact, she's beaten her 2 of the 3 times they've played on this court.
a forehand winner for Gabriela Sabatini. And to take that last little note a step further, Sabatini with a record of 4-19. Or check that against Monica Seles of 3-9.
Well, it was a couple of heavy ground strokes that was able to draw Sanchez Vicario out of court. And you can see the big, where she struck that forehand from is well inside the baseline. It allows her to be able to move in and attack.
With Sabatini, with most players, you know, the feeling is you cut down your unforced errors when you play steady, you know, steady points, long points, and that's true, I think, of this player. But with Sabatini, the longer a point goes, you know, the more she loses perhaps good positioning and stuff. And she's better when she, and exactly, she's better when she flattens out her shots and goes for them. I think that those are the matches where her unforced errors are much lower, when she actually tries to win a point early and be more aggressive.
Point.
She dictates the tempo and it pays off.
It's almost like she needs some real occurrence or happening for her to almost, you know, get her out of her tendency of lethargy sometimes. And she's playing some real attacking tennis here. She's been so successful at the net when she's been up here today. First couple of games, Sanchez Vicario was looking like she was going to be the attacker. Sabatini's broken the one time she had a chance.
Eludes a break point there, deuce.
Mary, you make such a good point about, you know, Gabby really needs to keep her intensity. And it's when, I always felt when she played up until the last couple of matches when she beat Steffi Graf so many times in a row there, Steffi forces her to keep her intensity level really high, and she's got to be aggressive. Otherwise, she stands a chance of being totally overpowered. That wasn't the case the last couple of matches. Last week at Hilton Head and again at Lipton, Steffi won pretty convincingly.
Four unforced errors this game for Sabatini. She had a pretty bad case of the flu, Gabriela, and it really kind of knocked the starch out of her for almost a month. It's really, this week, it's the first time she's felt truly healthy in a while.
Sabatini caught in the middle. And Sanchez Vicario holds serve for the first time in the match as we're even at 2 in the first set. Kevin Mitchell, Barry Larkin to the Cincinnati Reds taking on Ozzie Smith, and Joe Torre's St. Louis Cardinals tonight on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. Join us for a great Western Division matchup from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. That all comes your way at 8 Eastern.
Just a terrible game for Sabatini, that last one. She really looked confused and lacking commitment.
Aggressive play pays off again for Sabatini.
And again, the shorter the points, the fewer unforced errors she'll make. She had half her unforced errors just in that last game.
It's like she doesn't really step on the court with any kind of conviction about her tactic, how she's going to play the match, or how she knows she needs to play the match. And almost something has to really spark her into being aggressive and keep the points shorter.
All, and that was one of the things that Gabby brought up at Hilton Head last week, that she hopes that Dennis Ralston will help her the most with, is match strategy, a plan of attack going in.
Well, he knows he can do that. His Spanish, by the way, isn't that bad. He spent a couple of years in college rooming with the late great Rafael Osuna, terrific tennis player. I was at SC. Ralston's got it like that. She worked her way in and finished it off. So Ralston spent 2 years, listening to Rafael, go on and on. He said he learned every Spanish curse word. He says he speaks gutter Spanish, but he spent 2 years rooming with a guy who's taught. I mean, you'll start picking up a language, Osuna Oleda.
30-15. Double fault. Well, the first for Sabatini. You can see Sanchez Vicario coming way in for that second serve.
Again, you don't beat someone 3 in the world by just kind of drifting the ball back and hoping that Arantxa Sanchez Vicario is going to miss. And in fact, I mean, I wish, I'm sure Dennis Ralston would love to say to Sabatini that she's been to the net 8 times in this match and she's won 8 points from there.
To deuce.
Good forcing play from Sabatini. Of course, so many players are reluctant to go to the net against Sanchez Vicario, not just with this woman, because she's got a terrific passing game and she's very speedy. So if you don't come in behind a good enough approach or you don't hit a good enough volley, she'll get it by you.
She likes the target.
She does. She loves that stuff.
good.
Topspin lob winner.
That's one of the things that Sanchez Vicario just does so well. She hangs on to this shot. She has Sabatini on a string up here at the net. And she, you know, and again, Sabatini's so good up here. She's holding her position pretty well. And it's just a real quick flick of the wrist. A lot of topspin drops.
Best lob in the game.
It really does have the best lob in the game. Off both sides, she lobs equally well on the forehand side. She can hit it quicker on the backhand side with the two hands. Gives her a second break point.
One of the keys for Sanchez Vicario has to be capitalizing on Sabatini's second serve. Didn't have to worry about it that time. A double fault, and now it's the #1 seed, the #3 player in the world, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, up a break in the first set. The serve continues to be a problem for Gabriela Sabatini as she is down a break to Arantxa Sanchez Vicario in the first set. And welcome back once again to the final. The Bausch and Long Championships. Joel Myers along with Mary Carrillo and Betsy Nagelson.
Well, a real unfortunate situation, really, for Gabriela Sabatini. She had points to go up 3-1 in the second set. Now she finds herself down 3-2. And it's been, you know, really the very patient and also aggressive play of Sanchez Vicario. She just knows how to move the ball around, just sort of relentlessly.
This match is all about who's going to be more opportunistic.
Mm-hmm. And your point's so good, Mary. I mean, it's about, you know, you got to take the play to a top player. You can't hope that they're going to miss.
Yeah, you can get yourself to the weekend, you know, playing this kind of tennis that Sabatini's playing, but it's not going to win you the title, I don't think.
I mean, Sanchez Vicario, when you watch her play, she always looks like she's trying to make something happen. She knows how to break open a point and make it happen. And look how few points Sanchez Vicario is winning when she has to hit a second serve.
She doesn't have to hit it much,
She's not hitting it much.
Almost 90%.
Yeah.
Complete mishit by Sabatini. One of the few times early in the match when she's come to the net, she has made a mistake.
And then what happens in Gabby's mind now is she probably doesn't see herself as successful at the net. I mean, she's won the majority of her net approaches. She's won probably 8 of 10 or something like that. And she misses a couple, and that just makes her tentative to keep coming in.
Love.
Don't you have it in your head that Sabatini's thinking, God, what did Carlos tell her? You know, what did he tell her to do? That's got to be unignorable, you know.
Absolutely.
Man, this guy was my coach for 3 years, and now
he knows how to get it not into my game, but into my head.
Yeah.
Sanchez Vicario holds that love to go up 4-2 in the opening set. And what a big benefit, though, to have the coach that worked with Gabriela Sabatini over the last 3 years now on your side.
Coaches, you can never be unemployed long as a coach in women's tennis. Nobody's, they just keep showing up. They just, you can get fired, you can get fed up with somebody, and the next week, you're back.
another unforced error for Sabatini.
It's a pity. She worked hard to get to the point where she should actually have had the last word on this rally. But of course, Sanchez Vicario is just going to keep spitting them back at you. She'd heated things up, tried to hit real hard here. But again, you know, Arantxa was there. And Sabatini misses a much easier shot there. She had 4 unforced errors in a row to lose that last game. Now she's up to 18. She just seems very confused to me. You know, I don't know if it's confidence or concentration, conviction. I guess all those.
All does it go back to what we were talking about earlier, though? Strategy going into a match, knowing what you want to do to dictate the tempo of each point.
Sabatini looked very much this same way to me last year in the final of Lipton, where, of course, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario won that for the first time. Followed it up with another win this year. And Gabby came out just really unsure of how to play that match and never really got to a point of conviction.
Sanchez Vicario has already broken Sabatini twice in this first set, leading 4-2.
She was challenged right away on serve. Had to fight off a break point in the very first game.
That may have been the best first serve we've seen in this match from Sabatini.
Well, it's not like she can't hit it. I mean, you know, she popped a few big ones in yesterday. It's more of a case of really being almost chicken to go after it, afraid to. I much prefer to almost hit her big loop, and that's tough to return. It's almost like a big McDonald arch coming at you. It's much easier to drive a ball coming at you straight.
Absolutely perfect day at Amelia Island Plantation for this final. Just inside the line, the forehand winner for Sanchez Vicario.
Gabby was sort of forced to come in here as a miss hit from Arantxa, so she hits the slice up the line and follows it in. And, you know, Sanchez gets over there in time to just flick it up the line. She likes it, her forehand cross court, but she was on the run there, almost had to go up the line.
Another break opportunity.
Didn't come in behind enough. Twice in a row.
Goes back to the conviction you were talking about earlier. Sanchez Vicario comes up with her third break of the first set and leads 5-2.
He knows Gabby really well, and probably he can tell me, you know, maybe little things that maybe I didn't know for her before, but I know his game really well, and I know what I have to do, but probably put everything together that Carlos says, and I know, and then we'll be great for going to the final and, you know, beat her.
Now, there are obviously plenty of little things that he imparted upon Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. We're looking at Carlos Kiermaier, her coach, because it is a big early lead in the first set for Arantxa, up 5-2, serving for the set. Love. Sabatini has capitalized on most of her opportunities when she has been up at the net.
She should just keep on coming. It's her only chance.
I wish you could just sort of whisper that that's her percentages. She probably hasn't figured it out.
Exceptional backhand.
Sanchez Vicario now on a real roll.
Yeah.
She's won 10 of the last 12 points. And again, even when Sabatini is trying to force the issue, she's just not executing enough to really make a dent in Sanchez Vicario. That had a lot of action on it. That had some tail to it, that backhand. But Sanchez Vicario's quickness was better than the shot.
Has to be frustrating when you produce that wide angle and you're still beaten on the point.
And just sort of dive bomb back into the court. Sanchez Vicario thought she'd had herself a couple of set points, but that thing stayed in.
(30-15). And she's taken 13 of the last 16.
Yeah, and she's such a confidence kind of player. You just really want to stop her from this kind of a roll.
And now a double set point for Arantxa Sanchez Vicario.
And she's been drawn into the net the last couple of times. She's been passed, but when she comes in with some real intensity, she's been very successful, and she just can't let that stop her.
So the #1 seed is halfway there, as Arantxa Sanchez Vicario is taking the first set 6-2. And the serve, the big difference, as Sabatini was broken 3 times already. Carlos Giermeyer and Marissa, Arantxa's mother.
You know, I don't know if you agree with this, Betts, but it just seems to me that for years, this woman's very best surface was clay, because she was a very aggressive baseline from there. Now, I honestly feel that clay is her very worst surface. I think on a faster court, she is forced to be aggressive earlier. And on this court, she just is so reluctant to attack, it seems.
I think, part of it could be just her temperament. She's such a phlegmatic person. She kind of lets, life and stuff come to her. And this surface, it's easy to stay back and hit a lot of big ground strokes. And this is where she had her initial great success.
That was a late double fault called on Sabatini.
25 career titles for Sabatini.
She was in the top 3 for the last 3 years, so that current ranking is something she's really going to try to mend.
I really do agree with your point, Mary. I really do think that this surface tends to keep her away from this position. Let's check the overhead out. You can see the left arm. She keeps it well to the left side of her body. She sets up nicely. And, that frees her up to really rotate the shoulders, which is where your power comes from. Good wrist snap at the top. She tends to hit, she has such great hands, but she does tend to muscle a lot of her shots. And the serve, least of which is muscled.
That backhand overhead is is actually helped by the fact that Sanchez Vicario's got two hands on the racket, because normally when you're stretched to try to hit a backhand overhead, you have to go for angle instead of power. But because she's got two hands on that side, she actually can get a little muscle behind the shot. So she doesn't have to just go for an angle.
$15-30. And the mistakes continue, setting up a double break opportunity for Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. Another very successful year for Bausch & Lomb here at Amelia Island, Florida. In fact, a record-setting year as far as attendance is concerned. So Sanchez Vicario starts off the second set with another break of Sabatini's. We'll be right back to Amelia Island. Yep.
Bienvenidos nuevamente a ESPN Internacional en este partido 6-2. Ganó Sánchez el primer set, está ganando 1-0 en el segundo. Un partido muy difícil para Gabriela Sabatini en estos momentos, porque Arantxa está con muchísima confianza. Gabriela, ahí la vemos como está saltando, preparándose. Vamos a ver si puede llegar a remontar este partido. Está muy difícil la situación para Gabriela Sabatini. Muy bien, Arantxa Sánchez, 15-0. Definiendo esa volea muy bien, una volea de revés recta, saliendo a buscar la pelota. Hasta ahora 70% para Sánchez en el primer servicio, 67% para Sabatini, que ha tenido 10 tiros ganadores, 8 para Sánchez, solamente 8 errores no forzados para Sánchez Vicario, 24 para Gabriela Sabatini. Muy decidida Sánchez Vicario, José Luis. Y hay algo curioso del partido, Ricardo. Ninguna de las dos jugadoras juegan tiros paralelos. Están jugando permanentemente cruzados. Son muy pocos los tiros paralelos que usan. Ha ganado 7 games consecutivos Arantxa Sánchez Vicario. $30-15. $40-15. Hasta ahora 25 errores no forzados para Sabatini. Game Sanchez Vicario se pone arriba 2-0 en el segundo set. Tendremos más tenis por ESPN Internacional con el abierto alemán del 6 al 9 de mayo. Y también el abierto italiano del 13 al 16 de mayo, donde justamente José Luis reaparecerás jugando senior. ¿Qué piensa una jugadora como Arantxa Sánchez? Ahora 2-0 arriba.
Y sabe que el partido prácticamente está en sus manos. Sí. Importante para ella que no se apresure, que trate de jugar de aquí hasta el final, punto por punto.
Le han cobrado el servicio en cuatro oportunidades seguidas a Gabriela.
Ahí erra la pelota Arantxa Sánchez. Buen momento de impactarla. No la miró. Miró a dónde iba a ir esa pelota. Ahí la vimos a Gabriela Sabatini como se quedó esperando de que Arantxa errara esa volea. Ahí ve de que se va para atrás. Muy bien salió a buscar esa pelota, una pelota difícil. Y vemos la garra que se está dando la misma jugadora. La juez de línea que marca que es buena, Gabriela Sabatini que le marca el pique de que es malo. Nuevamente la juez de línea le marca que es buena.
Estamos 30 iguales y ahora se baja el umpire a fijarse él personalmente dónde picó esa pelota.
Vos sabés que esto no es algo muy normal, no es algo frecuente. El juez, el árbitro tendría que aceptar el fallo del linesman, para eso están los linesman, porque si no estarían permanentemente bajándose de la silla. Esto lo hacen porque es obviamente Gabriela Sabatini que se lo está pidiendo, ¿no es cierto? Sabe que es una jugadora muy honesta y bueno, fue a verificar y efectivamente dice que la pelota fue buena y saca a Sabatini 30 iguales.
De Gabriela.
Y el público que se empieza a entusiasmar, Ricardo, acá en Amelia Island. Ahí vemos cómo Gabriela Sabatini la presiona en esa pelota. Una pelota muy difícil la que acaba de hacer. Iguales. Gabriela Sabatini que le pega esa pelota de derecha, una derecha invertida. Le entra mal, le entra de arriba hacia abajo.
24 errores no forzados ayer, Sabatini todo el partido, hoy ya lleva 27. Ventaja para Sabatini. Estuvo muy cerca del cuerpo esa pelota Arantxa. ¿Por qué falla por tanto en ese tiro? Por el momento de impactar la pelota, en vez de tirarse todo el peso del cuerpo hacia adelante, lo tira hacia atrás. Eso hace que uno abra la cara de la raqueta un poco y la tire obviamente afuera. Y Arantxa Sánchez que sorprende hasta el mismo público. Siempre llega a todas las pelotas. Y una Gabriela Sabatini ahí tratando de definir con esa derecha invertida. Bien presionándola ahí. Pero es ella la que siempre tiene que tomar el riesgo. Vemos cómo sale a buscar bien esa pelota y sigue avanzando hacia adelante para poder definirla. Segundo servicio, ventaja para Sabatini. Game Sabatini, había perdido 4 games consecutivos, 4 servicios consecutivos, logra ganar uno y ahora está arriba Sánchez 2-1 en el segundo set. Bienvenidos, José Luis, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. Creo que hay dos cositas que pueden llegar, si puede cambiar este partido. Uno es que Gabriela Sabatini juega un poco más adentro de la cancha y que Arantxa Sánchez Vicario se canse un poquito, no la parte física, sino la parte mental, que empiece a jugar un poco más corto, que no pueda soportar los tiros fuertes que les puede llegar a hacer Sabatini. Se confió Gabriela en esa pelota que se iba afuera. Traía mucho topspin. Cuando la pelota trae muchísimo top, cae bruscamente. Arantxa Sánchez ha jugado 167 partidos en el 92, 83 singles y 84 dobles, más que cualquier otra jugadora. $15-0, 30-0 Sánchez.
30-15. Arantxa es una jugadora que juega a la derecha cuando la mueven. Juega normalmente en una derecha corta. Eso quizás le puede favorecer mucho a Gabriela Sabatini, utilizando, como lo acaba de hacer recién, jugando 2 o 3 cruzadas, una recta, para después poder entrar a la red. Iguales. Ha empezado a cambiar, por lo menos en estos 2 puntos se acaba de ver un poco la táctica Sabatini a Sánchez.
Digamos, él estaba por caer la venda, la curita Sánchez. Muy bien, Sabatini. 30-40.
Le está dando mucho resultado esa táctica de jugarle 2 o 3 al revés, después atacarla. Ahí vemos cómo le jugó ese revés paralelo y ataca muy bien con una derecha invertida, definiéndola muy bien, llevando la raqueta rápidamente arriba para poder ganar ese punto.
Punto para quebrar el servicio.
Iguales. Se apuró un poquitito en esa pelota. No tiró el peso del cuerpo hacia adelante. En el momento de impactar le retira un poco, le saca un poco el peso del cuerpo. Ahí lo vamos a ver en el replay. Sale, ahí está. Saca muy rápido la mano izquierda en el momento del impacto. Y eso hace que automáticamente uno, cuando pegue, retire un poco el cuerpo.
Ventaja para Sanchez Vicario. No se pierda mañana en revista El Gráfico todos los acontecimientos de este partido.
Muy bien jugado.
Ventaja iguales.
Trabajando muy bien el punto Gabriela Sabatini, esperando de que le llegue alguna pelota corta de Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. Y la definió muy bien con esa derecha. Y ahí vemos al presidente de Bausch & Lomb, sponsor oficial de este torneo.
Tan Gil. Ventaja para Sánchez Vicario, la segunda vez en este game.
Hay una pelota que le pica mal a Sabatini. Ahí vemos cómo está corrigiendo alisando la cancha con su pie. No alcanzó a ponerle efecto a esa pelota. Fue muy plana.
Game Sanchez Vicario se pone arriba 3-1 en este segundo set. José Luis salió adelante Sánchez, aunque tuvo problemas en 2 oportunidades.
Un game muy, pero muy importante. Ahí lo vemos a Carlitos Gemaí, como le dice, vamos, vamos, vamos. Un game muy importante para la española, para Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. Gabriela Sabatini, que sigue trabajando, sigue luchando para ver si puede revertir un poco esta situación. Un punto importantísimo.
33 errores no forzados para Sabatini, 13 para Sánchez.
Muy buen pase en cruzado de Arantxa, donde la agarró Gabriela Sabatini en la mitad de la cancha. No pudo llegar ese pase.
Tirando todo lo que tiene.
Una pequeña sonrisa de Gabriela, diciéndole a ver si esta también la puedes agarrar, porque es increíble lo que está llegando, lo que está corriendo, cómo se está desplazando Arantxa en estos momentos. Ahí vemos cómo le pega con toda la fuerza. Y vamos a ver después de ese punto que le pega muy fuerte Gabriela, una pequeña sonrisa diciendo a ver si también llegas a esa.
15 iguales.
Vemos cómo sale a buscar esa pelota Gabriela Sabatini en el primer saque. Espera, toma una pequeña pausa, tira todo el peso del cuerpo hacia adelante. No llega bien Arantxa Sánchez de esa pelota y le define muy bien Gabriela Sabatini ganando ese punto.
Iguales.
Engancha esa pelota Gabriela, por eso que la tira afuera.
Sabatini en el servicio ganó Sánchez el primer set 6-2, está ganando 3-1. Game muy pero muy importante. Segundo servicio. Un error no forzado muy, pero muy importante.
No se movió lo necesario Sabatini para poder pegar ese revés con slice.
18 de 27 puntos ganados para Sabatini en la red, 8 de 13 para Sánchez. Nuevamente Sanchez.
Se corrió demasiado cubriendo su revés Arantxa. Le fue demasiado al cuerpo esa pelota del primer saque de Gabriela Sabatini.
Muy bien, Gabriela sorprendiendo. Ventaja al saque.
Son muy pocas las oportunidades que tiene Gabriela. Es ella la que está tomando las decisiones permanentemente. Y ella también que está tomando, obviamente, el riesgo del partido. Game Sabatini, sigue arriba Sanchez Vicario 3-2 en el segundo set. Vamos a un corte comercial. Puntos en el Craft Tour, Steffi Graf primero, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario segundo, que puede levantar 300 puntos el día de hoy. Si gana Mónica Seles, Gabriela Sabatini también, y Martina Navratilova en quinto lugar. Mónica Seles no juega desde enero. Conchita Martínez, Mary Jo Fernández, Jana Novotná, Jennifer Capriati y la nueva sorpresa del tenis femenino, Amanda Coetzer, en décimo lugar con 644 puntos. Pascuas en Estados Unidos, en Latinoamérica, el conejo de Pascua. 6-2. Ganó Sánchez 3-2. Gana en el segundo set. Afuera sorprende Sabatini, ataca la red. José Luis ya la segunda vez que ataca.
Sí, en los dos passing que trató de tirar recién Arantxa se apresuró demasiado. Se apuró muchísimo. La vemos a Gabriela Sabatini como devuelve esa pelota de derecha, toma rápidamente la red. No la pueden pasar en la primera. Y la segunda era Arantxa. Parece de que bueno, está Leisman marcando el pique.
Una vez más se tiene que bajar el umpire, segunda vez en un partido. Esto sí que es raro. La reiteración muy difícil desde este ángulo.
Y cómo cambian las cosas, Ricardo, cuando Gabriela Sabatini se mete dentro de la cancha. La pelota le corre mucho más, eso hace que la pelota le sea mucho más profunda y hasta mucho más rápida. Vamos a ver si le puede llegar a quebrar el saque a Arantxa Sánchez.
Muy buen tiro, 0.40.
Y ahí utilizando y defendiéndolo muy bien con su mejor tiro de Gabriela Sabatini, el revés paralelo. Ahí dudó en irse a la red Sánchez. Y ahí vemos cómo se perfila bien, poniendo bien el pie derecho adelante.
Afuera Sánchez Vicario, estamos 3 iguales en el segundo set. Sabatini le acaba de quebrar el servicio. 6-2 ganó Sánchez el primero.
Una muy buena recuperación de Gabriela Sabatini, donde tuvo que soportar presiones en su saque, donde le quiebra muy bien nuevamente a Arantxa Sánchez Vicario.
Gaby ha llegado a los cuartos de final en el 85, semifinales en 2 años consecutivos, finalista en el 88, ganó en el 89, perdió en la semifinal en el 90, ganó en el 91 y 92.
Excelente torneo para ella y esa pelota toca la línea y la gente que la empieza a ovacionar, ahí a alentar a Gabriela. 15-0. Excelente tenis, 30-0. Mucho mejor Gabriela, José Luis. Vemos cómo no lo puede definir con ese tiro de smash. Una buena volea abajo, le juega Arantxa. Y después la tira fuera Sánchez. Gabriela ha ganado 9 de los 9 puntos seguidos. Y la importancia que tiene en el tenis, Ricardo, jugar tiros ganadores, como en ese caso los tiros rectos. Los tiros rectos nunca hay que tratar de ponerlos en juego, porque estratégicamente uno queda muy mal dentro de la cancha. Siempre los tiros paralelos hay que jugarlo de la manera que lo acaba de jugar en estos últimos 2 puntos Gabriela Sabatini, a ganar, para después definirlo sin ningún problema con una volea. Todavía le quedan 2 puntos a Sabatini para ganar este game. Estamos 3 iguales en el segundo set. Muy seria se la ve a la mamá de Arantxa y vemos el gesto de vamos y a su entrenador, Carlos Quilmair. Está volviendo Arantxa Sánchez. Daniel Raston, entrenador de Gabriela Sabatini. Sabatini gana este game, se pone arriba 4-3, ganando los 3 últimos games Gabriela Sabatini. Ya volvemos. Gabriela Sabatini acaba de ganar 3 games consecutivos, estaba partiendo 3-1 en este segundo set, está arriba 4-3. El primer set lo ganó Sanchez Vicario 6-2. Y un muy buen retorno de Gabriela Sabatini, y efectivamente se metió un poco más adentro de la cancha, ha jugado tiros más profundos, más rápidos, y ha utilizado los tiros, para mí, ganadores, que son los tiros que ha definido mucho, que son los tiros paralelos. $15-0. Parece que se quedó un poco Arantxa Sánchez. Ha cambiado un poco la estrategia Sabatini, donde tendría que haber aprovechado un poquitito más de haberse ido a la red. 15 iguales. Puntos ganados en la red. Sánchez 5 de 6, un 83%. 16 de 20 para Sabatini, 80%. Un buen peloteo de ambas jugadoras. Ahí vemos como Gabriela Sabatini erra esa derecha, porque en el momento de impactar pega nuevamente con una sola pierna. Levanta la pierna derecha en el momento del impacto. Se necesita mucho apoyo para cada golpe, que en este caso no lo tuvo Gabriela Sabatini. Excelente Sánchez, 40-15. Se equivoca Gabriela Sabatini en ese pasillón. Llegó muy bien Arantxa a esa pelota corta. Ahí era la oportunidad que tendría Sabatini para haber seguido a la red. No lo hace con una pelota corta, llega muy cómodamente Arantxa. Dejó esa pelota recta y lo define muy bien con revés cruzado Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. Game Sánchez, 4 iguales. Y un game muy, pero muy importante ahora. $75.000 para la ganadora, 300 puntos. Finalista 30.210. La semifinalista se ha llevado $15.000, 135 puntos en el torneo Bausch & Lomb. Servicio para Sabatini, 4 iguales. Se quedó muy parada después del tiro anterior que hizo Sabatini. No movió demasiado los pies, se le vino la pelota muy encima. La tuvo que corregir utilizando más de lo debido la muñeca. Iguales. Se le va fuera, 15-30. La esperó demasiado esa pelota Sabatini. Lo hizo con un swing muy largo. $15-30. 30 iguales. Un game importante, José Luis, 4 iguales. Este punto es importantísimo para ambas jugadoras. Muy, pero muy importante. Tendría que sacar a 3/4 de velocidad para que no le tome la iniciativa en el segundo saque a Sabatini. ...40-30... y presionando muy bien en un punto importantísimo de este segundo set, Gabriela Sabatini.
Sabatini se pone arriba 5-4 en el segundo set. Vamos a una pausa.
Stadium court filled to capacity, 4,500 strong at Amelia Island Plantation. Joel Myers along with Mary Carrillo and Betsy Nagelson. The championship match, Sanchez Vicario and Sabatini, the top 2 seeds. Sabatini drops the first set, leads 5-4 as we're on serve in the second set.
That's a real big hold for Sabatini. There was a real window of opportunity there for Sanchez Vicario. Sabatini serving at 15-30, and Arantxa makes a real uncharacteristic early backhand error in a rally. Earlier in the set, Sanchez Vicario had a point for a 4-1 lead. Didn't get it. Set got tied up at 4-all. Now Arantxa is serving to stay in this second set. You know, you've got to think maybe there's some nerves creeping in there to win a title. She's got to feel some pressure. She's supposed to win this one for a change. I mean, she's the top seed. It's not off. Never before has she been the last couple of years seated above Sabatini.
Triple set point coming up for Gabriela Sabatini. Sanchez Vicario has only been broken twice so far in the match. Also has to be tough when working up against a pro Sabatini crowd. Still one more break opportunity for Sabatini. Set point.
Well, she's decided to do it. Just take the play to her.
A motivational speech from Arantxa.
You could see she really looked to go forward. A couple of shots earlier in this point, she was, after she hit it, she'd take a step forward. And that pretty much tells what she wants to do.
So from triple set point, we are now at deuce.
Yeah, that was a smart serve. Did you see the way she swung that out to the forehand side of Sabatini? Sabatini had moved over looking for a forehand. So saved 3 set points, is now serving game point.
What an incredible competitor, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. To the light of her mother and her coach, we just saw. Holds. And it's 5-all in the second set.
Well, she has heart and she has tenacity, and she also has some tremendous legs. Get around the court so quickly. You gotta wonder if Sabatini's going to lose some heart, having fought back and started to play really well.
Love 15. You bring up a good point, because it's got to be frustrating for Sabatini, so close to winning the second set. She has had problems with her serve today. She's already been broken 4 times. Plenty of power in the forehand.
You can see the way she mimicked her forehand. She does tend to come around the outside of the ball an awful lot, gets her elbow way out. Telling herself she needs to hit through it a little bit more. Her tendency is to just kind of scoop around it. I think her forehand's made some big improvements in the last year. Sanchez Vicario gave her a really couple of short balls here, and Sabatini moved in. Sanchez Vicario does a good job of throwing up a very high lob. I mean, this is tougher than it looks. You don't know whether she just mistimed it. Or
She really did. Boy,
yeah.
she got it. She just. It's not. The sun isn't in a tough position. A terribly tough position for Sabatini. Not this time of the day. It's 5 o'clock.
15:30. She gets to just about everything. Almost had that lob in. 30 all. Doesn't seem like there's any easy points you take on Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. One of the few times that the point has been a long one, and it hasn't resulted in a point for Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. 40-30. Beautiful forehand from Sabatini, who holds once again. We'll be right back to Amelia Island Plantation. Arantxa Sanchez Vicario trying to pick up her first championship at Amelia Island. Stake in the first set, 6-2. Ready to serve, down 5-6 in the second set. The match just a little bit better than an hour and a half old now. Brilliant day in northern Florida. Temperature a little bit above 80 now. The warmest day by far that we've seen at the championships. The drop shot to perfection, and we saw that early in the match from Arantxa.
Yeah, this is a shot she really used very much to her advantage early on in this match. Really caught Sabatini by surprise, back on her heels. Disguises it well. She can hit a slice from that position.
Sabatini taking her completely out of position. 15 all. A gamble by Sabatini as she had Sanchez Vicario going the other way.
Let's see if Tom Cook gets down from the chair again. Sabatini's 0 for 2 against Tom Cook today.
Well, I've got a feeling she's going to be 0 for 3, even though Cook is getting down.
Yeah, I looked wide when it was first hit to me.
I think she thinks that the linesperson was actually circling the wrong mark.
Still touching the line. It's still touching the line. That's good news for Gabriela.
Yes.
You don't have to touch the whole line. Here's a shot, and as you can see, it wasn't well struck. It was off balance. Terrible production, really. Hips wide, you know, facing the net. But she needs this.
Point over, 15 all, so Sabatini on appeal. 1 for 2 or 1 for 3 now. So the point over once again. (30-15). So often in the middle of this set, Sabatini was going to the net regularly. That hasn't been the case over the last couple of games. And unforced error for Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, 30 all.
Time and time again, that's been a successful play for Sabatini to come in, approach to the forehand side of Sanchez Vicario. She's mistimed several of them.
Set point now for Sabatini, and it is her 4th. Some powerful ground strokes from Arantxa Sanchez Vicario.
You know, on another set point, Sanchez Vicario has been the one that's been the aggressor. Another set point for Sabatini. That was her 4th.
Sabatini just drifting into the net, got caught. Tried to surprise Sanchez Vicario, but again, not with enough purpose.
Advantage, Sanchez Vicario. It pays off 90% of the time, at least so far in the second set, when Sabatini comes in.
Moving the ball around again, and a long rally before she takes the opportunity to come in. And Sanchez Vicario, that ball just got up way too high, and Sabatini's in a good position to put the volley away. And that was a point to go into the tie break. Game point for Sanchez Vicario.
Puts away the overhead. Has the advantage once again.
And not only does Sanchez Vicario have a great lob, she's also got a very, very strong overhead. Serves her well in doubles. One of the world's best doubles players. Got 18 career doubles titles.
Deuce number 3. Advantage Sabatini. This is now her 5th set point.
Well, you sort of wonder how many more Sanchez Vicario can hang on to.
We are all even now in the final of the Bausch & Lomb Championships. And Gabby doesn't have this crowd on this ring, does she?
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but she's giving them what they want.
At one stage in this second set, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario had a point for a 4-1 lead. Only won one more game. Sabatini really starting to take some charge. Long points. Sanchez Vicario is having to work very, very hard. She's been all over the court, being pushed way back behind the baseline.
We have just learned the elapsed time on the clock on the court is off by 16 minutes. They have played exactly 2 hours as we begin the third set. Now she's got them holding their breath on every shot. Love 15.
That helps.
Of all the matches that these two have played against each other, there have been 17 of them. This is the first time a set has been decided by a tiebreak. Actually, they should have been decided by a tiebreak in that second set. Sanchez had a few chances. They've had several 3-set matches. Last couple matches they've played has gone to 3 sets. Sanchez Vicario actually lost the first set in their last 2 meetings, went on to win the next 2. This time she won the first set. Sabatini's tied it up with winning the second set.
Nasty slip for Arantxa Sanchez Vicario.
Did you slip on the baseline?
I think she hit the line, Mary. I think her foot tripped right over the line. Sometimes the lines pop up a little bit above the clay. You can see the look on Marissa's face, Arantxa's mom. She's in some definite pain.
Now, did she turn an ankle?
You know, you wonder about that right ankle. That's the ankle she sprained early on, just a little bit in this tournament. Took a bad spill, twisted that right ankle. She's got problems with the right ankle. There it is. Look at that right ankle now. She's got that tape, but that's the same ankle she badly sprained 4 years ago at the Fed Cup. Sprained it again right here this week in a first-round match.
Now, Gene Nation from the Women's Tennis Association is out there as well. An injury timeout.
When she did walk over, she did put weight on the right foot and ankle.
Okay.
She did not hobble her way over.
No.
And she wasn't favoring that side.
She could be just more nervous than anything else. She's allowed it's actually a 5-minute injury timeout. Joni Esenmaka, the WTA trainer, has been here all week, actually attending to a lot of the players.
When Arantxa was asked about that ankle yesterday, the conclusion of her semifinal win, she said it's just about 100% once again.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think she badly hurt it earlier this week. It's just, you know, it's just a constant nagging, little niggling thing that she has to take care of.
Huh? Ladies and gentlemen, it will be a 3-minute injury timeout.
They have just announced there will be another 3-minute break, and we will take a timeout as well as we come back to the third set of the final, the Bausch & Lomb. Watch the right ankle of Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. It hurts from here, but she's not favoring it as she is back on the court and ready to go once again.
Up.
40-15. So often we've talked about her durability, and it truly applies here.
I might be wrong, but it didn't look like she had an awful lot of weight on her, on that ankle for an awful long time. I don't think she should be that bad. I mean, this woman has been known to be a bit drama-prone in the past.
Yeah, she sure looks like she's moving pretty well.
Yeah, I just think, I mean, she's naturally theatrical. You know, maybe she just wanted to make sure it wasn't too injured, but I think she's okay.
it has to shake you up a little bit when you hit this surface, especially.
I think it's got to scare a little bit. It is, you know, the one part of her body that has given her some problems in the past. She hurt it initially a few years ago pretty badly.
I think it's smart of Arantxa, if she isn't badly injured, she just allow this woman to cool off. You know, Sabatini just taking the second set from her. You milk it for whatever you can. It's smart.
Another winner at the net for Sabatini.
Earlier in the year, actually the first tournament that Arantxa played all year long, a tournament down in Sydney, she was telling me she lost to, she beat Leila Meski in the first round and turned her ankle in that match. The only time she had not taped her ankle, her right ankle, in over a couple of years. Turned her right ankle, and it really played on her the next couple of matches. She ended up losing Anki Hugh in the quarters.
One of only two people who's beaten her in '93. Steffi Graf, the other player, who's beaten her 4 times this year. Remarkable forehand from Sabatini. She waited so long to hit that, winged it, won the point and the game.
And that's the way the third set begins. A very gutty battle going on now on Stadium Court. Arantxa Sanchez Vicario took the first set. Then it was Sabatini in the second set. And we remain on serve in the final set. Far from her best day, but perseverance displayed by Gabriela Sabatini. Tough shot at the feet of Sabatini. Love.
Real aggression from Sanchez Vicario. She sneaks in behind this one. She sees she hit a great shot, got a weak reply, moved in for the kill.
Sanchez Vicario dominating on serve in this game. .15. Another mistake by Sabatini.
That last smash got a bit low for Sabatini. This one she didn't do enough with. When she was forced to play this one, it just seems to me that she blew it long.
Sabatini serves, tied at 2 in the deciding set. Blistering backhand winner. Sabatini has made some adjustments in her serve. Get back to that in just a second.
Another look at the big top spin from Sanchez Vicario. She's able to flatten that thing out and really get some good pace on it.
Cross-court winner. Love 30. Sabatini was broken 3 times in the first set. Only once, though, in the second set that she took 7-5. And now, triple break point coming up for Sanchez Vicario. Advantage of Sabatini's serve once again, and is up a break now in the final set. The match is exactly 2.5 hours old, and now Arantxa Sanchez Vicario is up a break in the third set, serving with a 3-2 lead. This is nothing new for Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. She's been in some very tough matches already this year. In a final last week, won at Key Biscayne over Steffi Graf. But this is the first final of the year for Gabriela Sabatini. Love.
Sabatini's going to have to get a little quicker in these points because Sanchez Vicario is taking them quickly, taking charge of them.
Dictating the tempo, like she was in the first set.
And she hasn't lost any speed whatsoever. Sanchez Vicario, she's still moving around very quickly, no ankle problems, no fatigue.
That's what Sabatini needs to do. She's got to declare herself right at the beginning of the points. Otherwise, this woman will. 24th hit, and she wrapped it around her frame, Sabatini. Took her a while to finally get herself in a winning position, and then she hit the worst shot of the entire rally to win the point, Sabatini. Watch.
She actually should have been in after that lob.
Yes, of course she should have. This one, she sure didn't get a lot of strings on that. But in fact, that made the shot even better because it was unplayable. She just chummed the ball so badly, not even Arantxa Sanchez Vicario could chase it down.
Well, both of them have decided in this very critical part of this third set here that they're going to really try to be aggressive, try to get in at the earliest possible opportunity.
But you know, Betsy, I mean, they just had that real long rally, almost 25 hits. Both players want a short point, the next one. So Sabatini should have been looking for Sanchez Vicario to be trying to end it at the net.
.40-30. Outstanding serve from Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. Up a break. 4-2 in the final set. Is there an edge for Sanchez Vicario because of the big matches she's already experienced this year? The finals of the Virginia Slims of Florida, the Lipton, a win over Groff, and then another final last week.
Everything about her recent past should help her. Sanchez Vicario, sure.
I don't think there's any sign of any kind of fatigue or mental drain from all the matches that she's played either. She loves to play. She can't wait to go out and play another match.
This is the first tough match Sabatini's played all week.
.30-all. And if you joined us late, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario going down in the first game of this final set. Turned her right ankle. Required about a 5-minute injury timeout. But it has not affected her play.
Smart play. She set that up like she was so often in the past going to hit a forehand and come in, but she can play this shot so well, so delicately. She has a pretty high backswing on her ground strokes, and that's how she can come off with a pretty good disguise.
Already up a break. It's now 15-30. Gabby answers.
Arantxa's been beaten by this backhand, severely struck cross court a couple of times. Arantxa gives Gabby a little bit too much angle.
Sanchez Vicario is being attacked, and yet she's doing such a good job of yanking around Sabatini, first to that side, then the other way. The topspin is very difficult to volley back, even when you're in a good position at the net.
She's capitalized on 5 of those 9 break points.
Sabatini's best serve of the day.
And she so desperately needed it.
Yeah.
Going cross-court with the forehand. And another break point, the second of the game for Sanchez Vicario.
Now she's starting really to connect on that forehand side. She's been missing a couple of the forehand passes. Now the heavily struck topspin is what allows her to be able to drop that ball short with such an angle. Second break point in this game.
The break. And when we return, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario will be serving for the title. Happy Easter Sunday once again, and welcome back to Amelia Island Plantation. Joel Myers along with Mary Carrillo and Betsy Nagelson. What a battler. Looked like she was down and out in the first game of the final set. She went down and turned the right ankle, had it retaped, and she has dominated ever since.
She's run away with the last 4 games.
Love. It would be her second win already this year after beating Steffi Graf in the final at Key Biscayne. That also required 3 sets. Away from the championship. It is her 4th straight final.
And after all the tennis inside this little body, she seems so much fresher than her opponent. Kind of tired looking tennis from Sabatini the last 10 minutes or so.
That's really got to be discouraging if you're on the other side. Triple match point now for the championship for Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. That does it. Arantxa Sanchez Vicario has another victory this year, her second of the young season, defeating Gabriela Sabatini in 3 sets.
She earned it. It's great play from Arantxa. You know, the French Open is only about 60 weeks away. Years ago, when she won her French Open title back in '89, she wasn't playing nearly this well. And keep in mind that she knows how to beat Steffi Graf. She's beaten her twice in Paris, and Monica Seles hasn't played a lot of tennis. You got to really like her chances at the French this year, Bets.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Mary. You know, she denies Sabatini a title this year. And you know, she's really in such a good position, really poised well to really make an assault on the top women. She goes in, she really wanted to get a tournament title before heading off to Europe. She's got it. She'll be tough to beat over there.
6'2", 5'7", 6'2" for the number 3 player in the world, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario.
Una de las características que hubo durante este partido, y solía verlo muchísimo durante los partidos entre Gaby y Arantxa, sobre todo en superficies sobre arcilla, eran los puntos largos. Sin embargo, en ocasiones como esta, Gaby lograba aprovechar la red y, como en este caso, terminar el punto con un smash o con alguna volea, siempre intentando escapar del desgastante ritmo que solían tener estos partidos, ambas jugando muy bien sobre el fondo de la cancha. Gabriela, que debía jugar muy por sobre el margen del error contra la española. Ahí vemos nuevamente cómo logra definir en la red, ya que la española, como le mencionaba anteriormente, lograba soportar muy bien el fuerte topspin de Gaby, lo que la obligaba a jugar muy por sobre el margen del error, y si la atacaba, como veíamos en estos 2 puntos anteriores, debía hacerlo con muchísima seguridad, puesto que la española, al igual que Gaby, poseía un formidable passing shot. En esta ocasión, en ninguna de las 2 oportunidades, como vimos recién, pudo pasar a Gaby en la red. Espectacular la definición. Nuevamente un smash para definir.
I really do agree with your point, Mary. I really do think that this surface tends to keep her away from this position. Let's check the overhead out. You can see the left arm. She keeps it well to the left side of her body. She sets up nicely. And, you know, that frees her up to skies as
El
well.
torneo de Amelia Island, que era dominado por Gaby prácticamente desde 1989. Había tenido 3 de los 4 campeonatos disputados y nuevamente el smash ganador.